In this video, we'll talk about creating compelling content. And not just that, but how to create videos that are compelling at each stage of the buyer's journey. So first, I want to kind of explain to you a little bit about inbound marketing. Inbound marketing has 4 phases: attracting, converting, closing, and delighting. So basically what you want to try to do is you want to try to attract strangers with information and content related to your brand. You might use things like blogs or keywords or social media to attract strangers. Then those strangers become visitors to your website or to your social media pages or to your YouTube channel. And then that's when you want to convert them. You want to get them to complete a form, maybe with a call to action, go to your landing page, fill out their contact information, and then they become a lead. Once they become a lead, you want to use things like emails or other type of workflows to close the sale, to get them to make a purchase. And at that point, when they make a purchase, they become a customer. Once they've become a customer, you want to delight them. You want to make them glad they made that purchase. You want to maintain and continue to build that relationship with them to the point that they are so enamored by your company or by your brand or product or service that they want to tell others about it and become promoters. Now, if you see along the bottom here, it gives you some different suggestions of the types of content you might use at each phase of the inbound methodology, but you can also use video in different ways across each of those phases. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, I want to kind of show you how this kind of compares to the model that you may have seen in a business school class, the AIDA model, where you first try to reach a broad number of people here at the top of the funnel by building awareness. Then you continue to communicate with them to help them develop an interest in your product specifically, and even more than an interest, a desire to make a purchase. And then once they've hit that desire, you want to really encourage them with a call to action to take action to make that purchase. So marketing managers use this model to develop effective communication strategies and to communicate with customers in a way that better responds to their needs and desires. It's kind of like a sales funnel. But let's look at it a little bit differently in terms of the buyer's journey. So this is similar to the AIDA model, but every interaction that your buyer persona or your potential customer has with your organization should be tailored to where they are in one of the 3 stages of this buyer's journey. So in the awareness phase, the prospect is experiencing symptoms of a problem or an opportunity. For example, in this scenario, maybe the person has a sore throat and a fever and they're achy all over. And so they're wondering what is wrong with them. They have identified a problem, but they don't know specifically what it is. Then in the consideration stage, they've clearly defined what their problem is or what opportunity they have, and they're researching all of the options for solving it. So going back to our scenario, I have strep throat. That's why I have a sore throat and a fever. So what are my options for relieving or curing my symptoms? That's when they then get to the decision phase. In the decision phase, they've decided on a solution strategy. So for example, I now know I have strep throat, so I can either go see my primary care doctor, I can go to the ER, or I can go to a clinic. The ER costs a lot, but I can't get into the doctor for another 2 weeks, so maybe I will go to a clinic. So they're trying to narrow down their vendor options, possibly in this scenario, in this decision stage. So in our example of the person with a sore throat, what if he went to the doctor and the doctor didn't listen to the symptoms and just prescribed some random medication? Well, that's what some web content does for our potential customers. We throw content out there that isn't relevant to them in what they're experiencing at the moment. So again, this shows you what type of content you might want to offer at each stage. At the awareness stage, you might want to offer white papers or free ebooks, checklists, videos, and tip sheets, for example. So that helps people identify what their problem or opportunity actually is. Then at the consideration stage, when they're trying to narrow down their options, you might offer a free webinar that talks more specifically about what you have to offer, or some case studies from previous customers on how they've used your product or service successfully. and maybe some spec sheets on your specific products or catalogs of the products you offer. And then in the decision stage, you might offer them some demos or a free trial of your product, or give them some coupons to use. So here's a trick question. If you created a blog post about your product or service, where would it fall in the buyer's journey? Which stage? Well, it would fall in the decision stage. But blog posts aren't for the decision stage. You want to keep your content educational. It's not about who you are and what you do, but about their problems and solutions. You want to build trust. So you have to think about what type of content you have to offer and what stage of the journey that they're in. So attention spans are getting shorter. Viewer engagement has to happen within the first 10 seconds of watching a video. The average attention span in 2013 was 9 seconds, which is 1 second less than the attention span of a goldfish. Can you imagine we have an attention span of less than a goldfish? But maybe it's just that your content isn't interesting or not compelling enough or doesn't meet customer needs. Maybe we don't have a short attention span. Maybe the producer of the content has a short interesting span. So this is an example from a realtor on the types of videos that they used to post in their video marketing strategy and the number of video views per video. So they posted a video on the October whole house sales promotion. So 25% off, including labor, kind of a promotional post. They had 29 views to that video. Then they posted another one on unique home solutions on indie style, 17 video views. This is what happened when they started to create video content that solved viewer problems instead. They posted a how-to video on how to replace a window lock and had 10,382 video views. Then they posted another one on how to remove window screens and had more than 25,000 views. So they took to heart the fact that a lot of people search on YouTube for how-to videos, and a lot of people will search for DIY project type videos. So they provided solutions that people were interested in. This draws people to their YouTube channel to watch these videos, and then they can learn more about their company when they get there. But first, the company has built trust by offering free and helpful content to the user at the exact point the user needed it. So this is the inbound methodology again. So let's talk about how we can use video in each of these phases of the inbound methodology. So in the attract phase, we might use things like how-to videos or tips videos. So it might be something that you put on your homepage, although they might have already been attracted to you by the time they get to your homepage. They might you might put this on a blog page or a landing page or on your social media channel. Or best yet, optimize it for search so people can find it when they're searching. So I want to show you this video from the Holiday Inn Express. The idea is that people will find this video while searching for packing tips, how to pack for a trip, what to pack for a trip, and then stumble upon Holiday Inn Express, who builds trust by offering these helpful packing tips for free.
Today, to celebrate my appointment as efficiency engineer at Holiday Inn Express, I'm going to show you my favourite packing tips. Use portable hanging shelves to save on packing time. For frequent travellers, these can be pre-packed for that last-minute business trip. Fold your shirt as quickly and efficiently as possible. Place a belt in the shirt to keep the collar stiff. Avoid unnecessary spillages in your suitcase by sealing bottles with cling film underneath the lid. And avoid wash bag accidents by putting a bulldog clip over exposed razor blades. Keep a bulldog clip handy for tangle-free and simple wire storage, and always pack chargers and cables into a sunglasses case so they are easy to find. If you do forget your charger, the TV usually has a USB plug-in. If you want to listen to some music, why not drop your smartphone into a mug to amplify the speaker? If you need to pack a suit jacket, turn it inside out and fold it like this. This helps to keep it clean and prevents creases. And why not use a business card instead of a luggage label? I hope you've enjoyed these travel hacks. Safe travels, and thanks for watching!
This next video is from one of my favorite companies, Taylor Guitars, and it talks about how to restring a guitar. So if you're a new guitar player, you may not know how to change the strings on your guitar or even how often you should do it. So you might search for videos on that topic and find something like this. I'm not going to show you the whole video because it's kind of long, but I want to show you a few snippets.
We're here at Taylor Guitars, and I'm going to show you how simple and easy it is to remove the strings and reinstall the strings on your Taylor guitar. Here at the factory, we use Elixir NanoWeb acoustic strings on all of our 6-string and 12-string acoustics, as well as the Elixir electric strings on our solid body electrics. Let's get started with this. I'm going to show you how simple it is. Grab the string and put a little bit of tension on it. We're going to come up to our peg winder, and we're going to loosen the string, keeping tension. We're going to do this for each string. By doing this, we're the ones in control of the guitar. Great, now we have all 6 of our strings loose. We're going to grab our side cutters now, and using them as a little lever, gently come up to your pins here. Lift them up and take them out. Now this is a very simple process. This doesn't take any effort. The side cutters are going to help you. Simple, on the peg, out it comes. On the peg, out it comes.
So that just kind of gives you an idea of what they go through. They go step by step through how to restring your guitar. So then what would we do at the convert phase? Well, maybe we would do some demo videos or some explainer videos. These work good for product pages or for landing pages. So again, I'm going to go with my favorite company, Taylor Guitars. They're a very innovative guitar maker, and a few years ago they came up with this new amplification system for their acoustic guitars called the Expression System. And this video explains how it works to both the customer and the potential buyer of a Taylor guitar. Again, I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'll show you a little bit to give you an idea.
In this quick start, we're going to cover the controls that are on the guitar, the battery compartment, and the cables that you use. Start with the controls. Now, starting from the front of the guitar and going backwards, we've got the volume, treble, and bass controls. Do that once again. It's volume, that's just closest to the front of the guitar, treble in the middle, and bass towards your belly. That's an easy way to think about it. All 3 controls have a center detent, or a little spot where you can feel the knob kind of stop in the middle. That's the flat position for the tone controls, which means neither boost nor cut. And on the volume, it's about halfway up. Now the volume control is unique. It's more like a studio fader, where if you can turn it up or down and you won't have any tone loss. So feel free to put that where it's comfortable for performance. If you want to sound check with it in the middle, leave yourself a little room to add volume for a solo or something. Or if you want to pull it back, you're not going to lose any tone, so don't worry about that. And then for the bass and treble controls, they are on the guitar for seasoning. They're voiced for the guitar, and it allows you to add a little bass or take away a little bass. Same thing with a treble. Now let's take a look at the battery box, and it's here at the back of the guitar. You've got the end pin jack where you're going to plug your cable in, and then the access door for the batteries. This is actually a little caddy that holds a 9-volt battery. Just push your thumb on the little clip and that'll release it, and then you can get the battery out. You'll notice the battery wants to go in just one way. You pay attention to the plus and minus on the terminals.
And that video continues on about how to plug in your guitar, how to run it through a soundboard, etc. So it's a great video for explaining the new technology that they have in their guitars. So then we get to the close phase. This is where you might use some testimonials from customers. So where would you put a video like this? Well, it works great on a landing page or maybe to send out to those who signed up for your email list. Don't expect a lot of engagement on Instagram or other things like that with testimonial videos, though. So this next slide is from Taylor again. They have an artist relations department that works with musicians who are spokespeople for the brand and who play Taylor guitars. And this video is from Jason Mraz explaining how he acquired his first Taylor guitar.
My first Taylor guitar I bought used off of a gal at Java Joe's. Her name was Joy Eden Harrison. And she sold me a 612 CE, like the Cutaway, the concert. Fairly narrow body, but I was looking for a narrow body Cutaway acoustic, and I had been living in San Diego for about a year and a half, and I noticed everyone was playing Taylors and how good they sounded. And I'd been through a couple of different, hand-me-downs and, guitars through the years. Early days I'd buy a guitar based on color. I want a red guitar, so I'm gonna go find a red guitar or whatever. But I was starting to become a regular at Java Joe's. I said, I really want to get me a Taylor. Like, I got it. That's when I know I've really made it here, And Joy was selling hers, and I got it from her for about $800, and it was beautiful. It was. I think it was made around '95, so the neck was still one solid piece, and it was all mahogany neck. And I toured that thing for a long time, and I recorded with it for a long time, and it stood out amongst all the guitars that I had for years and years as the best sounding guitar that I had. I don't know if it was just years of playing it. And then I put it in my closet because I had started to acquire lots of other guitars, and I thought this was a special. It's my first Taylor. I'm gonna put it in my closet. I'm just gonna bring it out for special occasions. And whenever I did, it's like butter. There's magic to it. And I guess I owned it for 10 years. Because maybe around 2008, 2009, my friend Don Mitchell, San Diego artist, great girl.
We met her.
Great girl. She may have been holding that guitar even. I'm not sure how many others.
We repaired one of her guitars recently.
Okay, well, she asked me for some guitar advice, and she wanted to shop. She wanted to find. She was basically describing to me the 612 that I had in my closet. But we went around to a couple guitar shops and we're looking around. She's playing things. She said, I couldn't find a thing. I said, I've got a guitar at home that you might like. And brought it out. She played it. She says, wow, like this is awesome. I said, I bought it used off a San Diego musician for $800. I said, I think I'm supposed to sell it to you for $800. And just passed it on, from one San Diego artist to the other. Yeah.
So that kind of gives you an idea of how you can use testimonials to talk about the brand and sort of create that mood of how the brand is important to the user. So then you come to the delight phase. So what types of videos might you use in the delight phase? Well, I'm going to continue with the Taylor guitars videos. This one example might be just kind of a thank you video, like maybe a video from your sales team or your CEO thanking someone for making a purchase, or showcasing different examples of ways that you could use the product or service that they purchased. But in this case, this is again from Taylor Guitars, and Rascal Flatts, the band, the country band, had a Taylor guitar contest where customers could design a custom guitar for them and then win a guitar for themselves. And so this shows Rascal Flatts sitting around trying to decide who the winner of this contest is. They announced the winner of the contest.
Fellas, there's so many good ones, man. It's a bunch. And I really like that one a lot. What about this one?
Kind of, different.
It's cool.
Is there one with just a picture of me on it?
No, we gotta skip.
that we could use.
Crazy. What do you think about that one? I'm seeing that.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, birthplace. I like that
Pretty
one.
awesome. It's got
I like
Tennessee.
that one a
It's
lot.
where we all live now. It's Tennessee. Change the new tour.
Let's go back to this one for just a second. That's got all the cities on it that we're touring.
That was a great idea, but it doesn't pop enough for me. So.
I like this idea, though. I got to tell you, the cities would be cool.
What do you think, JD?
It doesn't matter what he thinks because you and I are cousins and we always outvote him.
And you guys have 2 license plates on this guitar.
We do.
You know, I do dig it. You know what? Oklahoma is okay with me. And that's a good year, 78.
Are you saying Oklahoma is okay?
Is that the year you're born? Close.
I got to come back to
Kinda
this one,
plays
though,
into it,
honestly.
Yeah. License
With
plates.
the 3 of us, it's a
License
subtle way
highway.
of including 3 of us in there, too. You know?
Very art-like.
We ended up in Tennessee because we came by way of Oklahoma and Ohio.
All right. So we good? We're solid on that? Change tour
That's
2012. I think this might be it. Winner. Design 2, whoever that is.
I like this one, too, guys.
We picked one. Thank you. We're winner. That's it. That's the winner. Boom!
Gary, I got to go.
No. Hey, y'all, we got our winner right here. Thanks to CMT and Taylor Guitars. Whoever did this is the big winner. Awesome work.
Guys, this was actually my entry.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, guys.
Thanks, man.
Are you kidding me?
No, it really was.
CMT, Taylor Guitars. Can't wait to see you out on the road. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
So Taylor was able to delight their customer, Peter from North Carolina, by creating a video to show him winning this guitar contest with Rascal Flatts. So in our next video, we'll talk about how do you create compelling storytelling so that you can have videos much like these at these different phases of your buyer's journey.